Okay guys, we're getting ready to look at a mobile home for sale where you own the land, there is no lot lease, and there is no HOA. Very rare, but here it is for $149,000. This property here, which looks to be in very good shape for an older mobile home from 1970. You have a nice carport here. Okay, you pull right into. And you could put an RV here. There is no restrictions for that. You could have a boat here. And of course, you could put a car here. So, in addition to there being no restrictions, there's no deed restriction, meaning that if you own this property for 3 years, you can put a single family home here. And that's another positive, and that's why this community has been on the upswing. Okay? Because it's a rare thing. 10 minutes away from the Atlantic Ocean, do not have access inside the property. Okay? And being that I'm not going to personally buy it, I want to respect the real estate agent's time. I'm not a real estate agent. But it backs up to a wooded area for the most part. There is a train tracks a little bit further behind you. But this is a relatively a very well kept, quiet community. Older demographic, but again, this has been redeveloping, and it has been on the upswing. Here's a raw lot. They did a good, so you could tear these down, okay, and this is what it would look like once you tear your mobile home down. It's just a concrete pad like an RV lot with water, sewer, and electric. Now, you cannot put an RV here without having a mobile home or single family structure, okay, so that is something you need to note, okay, but you do own the land, but it's not a campground, it's a community, okay, so no HOA. There is an optional HOA, but no HOA. You got to take care of your own lawn. Okay, but you're in South Florida, Hope Sound. You're 15 minutes away from Palm Beach County. And, you know, you have equity here. You know, that's $150,000 well spent in a community that continues to improve in equity and in value. And you see here on your left, I know we're going into the sun, so excuse me. You see here on the left, you do have a motorhome on the front yard. So some of these, and there's a tarp on their roof. So some of these mobile homes are still in a little bit of disrepair. But what I've seen in this community is the older mobile homes are selling. They're getting knocked down and putting in, like we saw with that raw RV lot, or excuse me, that raw mobile home lot. They're getting knocked down, and then a new mobile home or a single family house is getting built. And the community is just getting more improved by the day. Now, here's the issue with $149,000. In relative terms, that's cheap. Why? Because the average price for a house right now in America is almost $400,000. So that's very cheap for a place where you own the land. But you are not going to get a 30-year fixed mortgage on that. You probably can't get any loan on that. That is a cash-only deal. Or you'd have to get a personal loan, and usually personal loans max out at $100,000. You got to have good credit. You got to pay it back usually within 7 years, and the interest rates are higher. So that, the reason it's priced accordingly is almost because it's a cash deal. And someone looking to buy something like that usually doesn't have $150,000 just laying around. And so usually what's been happening is investors or, you know, middle-class people that are looking to do some type of investment, they buy it, and then they build something or they fix it up and then they rent it out. You know, some people may use that as a vacation home, but more and more it looks like investors are buying stuff like that. You know, and not like big corporations, like middle-class people who are looking to, you know, be real estate. You know, this is what happens when you're in a boom, okay? People who are nurses, people who are electricians, plumbers, they're also now real estate developers. people who are retirees, they're now pulling out some of their money that maybe they saved up, and they're not just doing it to live here, they're doing it to flip or to rent out, to supplement their Social Security. Is that right? Is that wrong? It's just the way it is. When times are good, everyone wants to try to get in. Would I do that? No. Why? Because I don't like real estate. I mean, I'm not a real estate developer. It's too heavy for me. Now, again, if I ever have a home base, it'd just be a primary residence, very small and manageable. Some people have a passion for real estate. I hate real estate. It's so bogged down. It's heavy on your spirit. There's a lot of bureaucracy. There's a lot of middlemen and middlewomen, and it's just a never-ending hassle. That's my opinion with real estate. Now, again, I'm not against a primary-only residence that's very small, manageable, and below your means. And I'm not against someone who likes real estate if that's their passion and they're willing to deal with the pain. But for the average person, I'm not saying you should rent all your life. I'm saying, again, the only time real estate is really worth it, small, manageable, and below your means. Okay. Most people, they have this dream of buying a duplex or buying property and using it as a rental, and then when I retire, then I'll use it. Yeah, all right. I'm not saying that never works, but I'm saying for most people, it never works. So, and I have done videos again in this community before. It's Ridgewood is the name of the community. There's a new Publix up the street, and there's grocery stores, shops, etc., and everything you would need to live. Okay. So hopefully these videos help you in some way. If they do, click that thumbs up. You want to support the channel, click that blue join button. Check out my playlist, which has thousands of free videos. And keep showing up. Do what you need to do. Why? Because if you don't do it, who do you think's going to do it? Is someone else going to do what you need to do? Yeah, that's why you ain't making no traction. You waiting for someone else to, you waiting for someone else to change. But really, you don't want to do the work of your life, so you blame other people for holding you back. Yeah, I know how that goes. All right, guys and girls. See you in the next video. Peace.